What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol DIDI for DiDi Global. On the left-hand side, we do have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. I would venture to tell you that there was some news out of China in terms of the regulators that suggested there was going to be a listing in Hong Kong for DiDi. So all things considered, there was some positive steps in the right direction in terms of a fundamental analysis. However, you're of course here for a technical analysis focused on price action. That of course is my expertise. In terms of how today actually unfolded, certainly a gap and go here on today's session, kind of filling the gap a little bit, but not all the way. I would also point out that we did have strong volume supporting the move higher. We are now outside of this prior area of balance here. We have come into a known area of resistance at the 976. The next one after that would really be up here close to 1107. So based on the daily time frame chart, we are looking for upside continuation. In terms of how this unfolded from the 30-minute perspective, let's zoom in a little bit here and certainly talk about the structure of today's activity. The first thing I would do is take out the fibs from the low of the day up to the high of the first move, and what you'll notice is that although it didn't respect the 38.2 cleanly, meaning that we did technically close a candle underneath, we never really closed a candle, or we never did close a candle under the 50%, and we recaptured the 38.2 very quickly in the very next bar there. So to me, I would say it's a clean area of consolidation, the fact that we respected this here and obviously closed higher up above that shelf of resistance at the 976. So to me, everything's good here inside of DiDi. What I would, continue to pay attention to is that 38.2 number. So let's go ahead and throw that on the chart with a regular level and talk in terms of scenarios here to navigate the rest of the week. So scenario number one here, this is rainbows and butterflies, picture perfect world. Any further consolidation happens here respecting 942, a breakout up and over today's high, 976 slash this 985, that's the true high of day, brings into question the next overhead resistance at the 1107. So that would be a pretty substantial upside candle. Again, I'm not saying it has to happen all in one day, but that range there is certainly tradable on a, $10-ish stock. That's about, 10% roughly. So all things considered, very lucrative trade to the upside possible there. If it does break down underneath the 942, it's not the end of the world. It's just not the best show of strength, in my opinion, for DiDi. So if we break down underneath this, I would just simply look for a deeper retracement to the breakout point at the 877. So from the daily perspective, what that might look like would be something like this. Okay, so here's your higher low, doing something like this. Maybe it's not even all the way to that 847. Maybe it's somewhere in the midpoint here. But again, if we're building an uptrend, we want to continue to put in higher lows. It could essentially afford, rather, to pull back all the way into 877. So that's a better way to phrase it, right? It could do something like this and still be healthy as long as it reverses out of it, noting that this is your major low. This is your next higher low. And again, if we respect this right here, that could also be a new higher low. So that's what I'm thinking about here inside of DiDi. If we do get into that 877, be on the lookout for hammer candles that print, indecision doji candles that print, basically things that make you question, right? Is this pullback ending here? Can we flip long over the highs and then get back up into some of those overhead targets? Not so interested in DiDi if it breaks down underneath 877. So those are the numbers to be watching. Those are the scenarios to be thinking about. If you enjoyed today's video or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.